Welcome to this small corner dedicated to senior health. This is where I share simple yet practical tips to help you take care of your body gently and effectively after the age of 60. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night because of a sudden cramp in your calf, or felt a dull ache in your knee every time you walk down the stairs? These may seem like minor issues, but they are gentle reminders that your body is slowly weakening, especially your muscles and joints. After the age of 60, the process of muscle loss and joint degeneration happens quietly but quickly. If we are not careful, we can lose up to 30% of our muscle mass within 10 years, according to the National Institutes of Health in the United States. As a result, we may feel weaker, experience ongoing soreness, become more prone to falling, and have more difficulty taking care of ourselves. But do not worry, you can completely reverse this by making small changes in your daily meals. In today's video, I will share 6 familiar foods that can naturally support muscle regeneration, protect your joints, and prevent cramps. Especially the final food might surprise you with how simple yet incredibly effective it is. Please stay until the end, because just one small change today can help you become stronger and steadier every day. So let us begin with what is most familiar, most natural, and also the easiest to add to our daily routine. One small dish, one simple change, can be the first step toward a stronger and healthier body after the age of 60. And here are the valuable foods I would like to introduce to you. 1. Beetroot. For many people, beetroot may still be a rather unfamiliar ingredient in daily meals, but once you learn about the wonderful benefits this small root brings to the muscles and circulatory system, you may start to look at it with completely new eyes. Beetroot stands out with its deep red-purple color, but what truly matters lies inside, in the biological compounds it contains. One of the most important substances in beetroot is natural nitrate. When introduced into the body, nitrate converts into a molecule called nitric oxide. This molecule helps blood vessels relax and widen, which in turn increases the flow of blood to muscle tissues, especially in the legs, which often suffer from pain, cramps, or numbness due to poor circulation. Do you remember the times when you stood too long and your legs felt heavy like stone? Or after a tiring day, your feet felt colder than usual even though the weather was not cold? These are signs of poor blood circulation, a very common issue among older adults. And in such cases, a glass of beetroot juice each day might be just what your body needs. According to a study conducted at the University of Exeter in the United Kingdom, older adults who drank beetroot juice regularly for 14 days showed significant improvement in walking ability and muscle endurance. Increased blood flow to the main muscle groups helped them walk more easily, experience fewer cramps, and feel less tired in the legs after moving around. Not only that, beetroot also contains a lot of folate, potassium, and a special compound called betalain. These substances play an important role in producing red blood cells, which help carry oxygen to muscle tissues more efficiently. You can imagine that each muscle cell in your body is like a worker on the job. But if it does not receive enough oxygen and nutrients, it will soon become tired and work less effectively. That is why the folate in beetroot helps improve the transport of these building materials to the right place at the right time to regenerate muscle tissue. Potassium in beetroot helps maintain electrolyte balance, which is very important for muscle contraction and relaxation. If your body lacks potassium, muscles may function improperly, leading to sudden cramps. Many older people do not realize that frequent cramps are not necessarily due to overuse, but rather to a deficiency in small but essential minerals like potassium and magnesium. In addition, the compound betalain is what gives beetroot its red-purple color, and it is also one of the strongest natural anti-inflammatory substances. It helps soothe inflamed muscle tissues caused by movement or degeneration, while also supporting more flexible joints. If you are not familiar with using beetroot, a simple way to start is to juice about 100 to 150 milliliters of fresh beetroot and drink it in the morning or at noon. Avoid drinking it at night, as some people who are sensitive to nitrate may find it affects their sleep. You can also steam beetroot and add it to salads, make soup, or blend it with carrots to create a refreshing sweet soup. Of course, no food is perfect for everyone. If you have a history of kidney stones related to oxalates, you should consult your doctor before consuming beetroot regularly, as this root contains a relatively high level of oxalates. But if you do not have any special kidney problems, beetroot is truly a valuable companion on the journey to care for your legs and your circulation in old age. It is amazing that just one glass of deep purple juice each day can bring more oxygen, nutrients, and recovery to every muscle fiber and every blood vessel in your body. And the best part is, you can truly feel the difference, from lighter steps and less tingling in your legs to deeper sleep without being woken by sudden cramps. So from one small root, you can begin a big change. Have you ever tried beetroot? Or do you think this food does not suit your taste? Please share your thoughts, because every story can be an inspiration for someone else to begin their own journey of self-care. 2. Tomato. Perhaps none of us are unfamiliar with the image of a tomato in the kitchen. From soups and stir-fries to fresh juice, tomatoes are almost always present in the daily meals of Vietnamese families. But what many people have never considered is that this seemingly ordinary fruit has the quiet ability to protect joints, ease pain, and improve flexibility in the body after the age of 60. Each medium-sized tomato weighs only about 100 to 150 grams, yet it holds within it a treasure trove of nutrition. First to mention is lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that gives tomatoes their bright red color. Lycopene not only helps protect cells from free radical damage, but also plays an important role in reducing inflammation, especially chronic inflammation in joints and connective tissues. A study published by Harvard Medical School showed that people who follow a diet rich in lycopene from tomatoes and other red-colored fruits have significantly lower levels of CRP, a marker of inflammation, in their blood. This is an important sign, as high CRP levels are often linked to chronic joint inflammation, body aches, and reduced mobility. For older adults, reducing inflammation means less pain and better quality of life each day. Besides lycopene, tomatoes are also a good source of vitamin C, which is essential for collagen production. Collagen is the main component of tendons, ligaments, and cartilage, which are the parts that help our joints move smoothly. After the age of 60, the body's ability to produce collagen decreases significantly, making joints more likely to become dry, painful, and make cracking sounds during movement. One fresh tomato can provide around 20 milligrams of vitamin C, which helps support natural collagen formation and protects joints from early degeneration. In addition, tomatoes contain potassium, a mineral that directly affects muscle contractions and electrolyte balance. When potassium levels drop, muscle groups, especially in the legs, are more likely to experience sudden tightness, also known as cramps. One large tomato can provide about 400 milligrams of potassium, which equals around 10% of the daily potassium needs for an adult. For older individuals, this is an important factor in maintaining muscle stability, preventing fatigue after movement, and reducing nighttime leg cramps. An interesting fact is that lycopene is better absorbed by the body when tomatoes are cooked. This means that a bowl of tomato soup or a simple dish like stir-fried tomatoes with eggs is not only delicious, but also a gentle tonic for the joints and muscles. When cooking tomatoes, it is a good idea to add a little olive oil or a healthy plant-based fat to help increase the absorption of lycopene, since it is a fat-soluble compound. However, a few small tips can help you use tomatoes more effectively. If you have a sensitive digestive system, it is better not to eat raw tomatoes on an empty stomach, as this may cause bloating or acid reflux. Also, it is not recommended to eat too many tomatoes in one meal, because the high level of natural acids in this fruit can affect the stomach if consumed excessively. You can start this simple habit today by adding 1 tomato to your breakfast, including it in your lunch stir-fry, or drinking a warm glass of tomato juice in the afternoon. This is not only a way to nourish your body, but also a gentle act of self-care for all the years you have lived. Sometimes, the solution does not lie in grand gestures. A single tomato, when understood and used properly, can become a loyal companion on your journey to living a healthier and happier life each day. 3. Walnuts. When it comes to walnuts, many people immediately think of the brain, and that makes sense. This nut has long been called the memory booster because of its shape, which resembles the human brain. But beyond its benefits for the mind, walnuts are also a reliable friend for the muscles, joints, and circulatory system of older adults. A small serving of about 28 grams, or roughly 7 walnuts, provides around 4 grams of protein, more than 2 grams of plant-based omega-3 known as ALA, along with powerful antioxidants such as polyphenols, vitamin E, and magnesium. This is a remarkable combination of nutrients for those over 60 who are dealing with joint pain. muscle weakness, or frequent cramps. Among these, the plant-based omega-3 fatty acid ALA is especially effective in fighting inflammation. For older adults, low-grade chronic inflammation in muscle or joint tissue is one of the main reasons behind the feeling of heaviness, morning stiffness, and reduced mobility. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, people who eat walnuts regularly have lower levels of inflammatory markers in their blood and also show better insulin sensitivity, which is important for helping the body absorb and use protein to rebuild muscle tissue. But omega-3 is not the only valuable component in walnuts. Another key nutrient is magnesium. Magnesium acts like a biological switch in the process of muscle contraction and relaxation. When the body lacks magnesium, the signals from nerves to muscles can become disrupted, leading to uncontrolled contractions, which we know as cramps. Many seniors live with this condition for years without realizing that the underlying cause could be chronic magnesium deficiency. Additionally, polyphenols, a group of antioxidants found in walnuts, help protect muscle cells from damage caused by free radicals. Imagine that with every movement we make each day, our muscle tissue gets slightly worn down if it is not properly repaired. Over time, this leads to weakness. Thanks to polyphenols, muscle cells are shielded, recover more quickly, and maintain their natural strength over time. As for how to consume walnuts, they are very versatile. You can eat them directly as a snack, crush and sprinkle them over your morning oatmeal, mix them into a vegetable salad, or include them in a soft, low-sugar baked treat. If you are concerned about calorie intake, just 20 to 28 grams a day is enough to enjoy the benefits without worrying about weight gain. However, if you are taking blood thinners or have digestive issues such as bloating, it is best to consult with your doctor before adding nuts to your daily diet. Many people think that taking care of muscles is only about exercise, but in fact, nutrition is the foundation, especially for those over the age of 60. Each walnut is like a natural capsule packed with anti-inflammatory nutrients, muscle-repairing compounds, joint support, and protection for the motor nervous system. Just imagine, every morning you enjoy a few walnuts with a warm glass of milk. Not only are you supporting your memory, but you are also quietly strengthening your muscle fibers, stabilizing your legs, and sleeping more soundly through the night without being awakened by sudden cramps. Have you ever eaten walnuts? If not, today could be the first day you start a new habit. Simple, yet powerful enough to improve your quality of life for the long term. 4. Salmon. You do not need to look far. Just one piece of lightly grilled or steamed salmon with a few slices of ginger can give you a dish that is both delicious and good for your muscle and joint health. But the true value lies in the nutrition within every pink-orange slice of salmon. With just 100 grams of cooked salmon, you receive about 22 grams of high-quality protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids that the body cannot produce on its own. This is especially important for older adults, because after the age of 60, the body's ability to synthesize protein to rebuild muscle declines significantly. It is not just about eating enough protein. You also need the right type of protein, and salmon is one of the best sources available. Beyond protein, salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially 2 key types, EPA and DHA. In 100 grams of salmon, you can absorb about 1.5 to 2 grams of omega-3, which helps reduce joint inflammation, improve blood vessel function, and enhance circulation to various organs, including muscles and limbs. According to a study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition in 2020, older adults who ate fatty fish such as salmon at least twice a week had better muscle mass retention and experienced less muscle inflammation compared to those who did not eat fish. This is especially meaningful because after age 60, the immune system weakens, and even small injuries take longer to heal. In addition, the omega-3 in salmon helps improve blood circulation, reduces numbness in the toes, and lowers the risk of nighttime leg cramps, especially in those with a history of atherosclerosis or high cholesterol. Good circulation means that muscle fibers receive enough oxygen and nutrients, allowing them to perform better and recover more quickly after activity. Another benefit of salmon is its versatility in cooking. For older adults, digestion is an important concern, and salmon is easy to digest. Low in fiber and gentle on the stomach. You can prepare it in several simple ways. Lightly grill it with olive oil and fresh lemon. Steam it with ginger for easier digestion. Cut it into small pieces and mix it into a green salad with a bit of sesame oil. The recommended amount is 2 to 3 times per week, with each serving between 100 and 120 grams, depending on your condition and digestive ability. However, if you are taking blood thinners or have issues related to blood lipids, it is best to consult your doctor before increasing your omega-3 intake. What makes salmon truly special is not just its nutrition, but also the light and pleasant feeling it brings after every meal. You feel satisfied without heaviness, and your energy stays stable without sudden spikes or crashes. Each slice of salmon is like a quiet gift that nourishes the body day by day as it heals. You may already be familiar with other fish like catfish, snakehead fish, or mackerel. But if you have the chance, try adding salmon to your meals, even just once a week, to feel the difference. It is not just a tasty dish, but also a steady step forward in maintaining the strength of your legs, the flexibility of your joints, and the endurance of every muscle fiber that deserves care once again. 5. Turmeric. Turmeric is found in many traditional dishes such as braised fish, caramelized pork, or sour soup. For a long time, turmeric has been considered a medicinal spice in Eastern medicine, and today, modern science also supports this view. What makes turmeric special is curcumin, a compound with powerful anti-inflammatory properties that helps calm the hidden damage in the body, which you might not even notice until it becomes serious. In older adults, chronic inflammation is often the main cause of persistent pain in the knees, ankles, lower back, or arms. Many people have tried pain relievers and anti-inflammatory drugs, but those only provide temporary relief without addressing the root of the problem. Meanwhile, curcumin has the ability to suppress inflammatory molecules such as cytokines and NF-κB, helping to control inflammation from within in a more natural and safer way. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association, using curcumin extracted from turmeric for people with knee osteoarthritis showed pain reduction equivalent to that of conventional medication, but without significant side effects on the stomach, liver, or blood pressure for older individuals. This is good news, as we all hope for gentle solutions that do not harm other organs. Beyond reducing pain and inflammation, curcumin also helps protect and rebuild muscle tissue after physical activity. When the body moves, especially after a long period of inactivity, muscle fibers can be easily damaged. Curcumin helps soothe these injuries and reduces oxidative stress on cells, allowing muscles to recover more quickly, stay flexible, and avoid soreness after walking, gardening, or doing housework. In particular, curcumin supports improved blood circulation, an important factor in preventing cramps. When blood flows better, oxygen and nutrients can reach tired muscles and give them renewed strength, helping them perform more efficiently, especially at night when the body is in recovery mode. However, curcumin is not easily absorbed into the bloodstream if you only consume fresh turmeric or regular turmeric powder. To increase absorption, you should combine turmeric with a small amount of black pepper, which contains piperine, a compound that can boost curcumin absorption by up to 2,000 times, and a healthy fat such as coconut oil, warm milk, or olive oil. A simple and effective way for older adults is to drink 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, about 2 to 3 grams, mixed with warm milk and a pinch of black pepper in the morning or evening. Use turmeric in dishes such as braised fish, fried eggs, or vegetable soup. The safe dosage is usually 2 to 3 grams per day, equivalent to about 1 small teaspoon. However, if you are taking blood thinners, have gallstones, or liver problems, you should consult your doctor before using turmeric regularly. What is wonderful about turmeric is its quiet strength and resilience. It does not shout for attention, but day by day, each small spoonful you take gently helps ease joint pain, supports muscle recovery, and allows you to walk more comfortably through every little corner of your beloved home. Perhaps you have used turmeric for beauty or to ease stomach discomfort. But now, you can welcome turmeric as a companion on your journey toward better health, reducing pain and inflammation from within. It is a gentle habit, yet full of power, like the warm morning sunlight, never too harsh, but always enough to soften even the windiest of days. 6. Cottage cheese. You may not be familiar with this type of cheese in traditional meals, But once you learn what lies inside a bowl of cottage cheese, you will be surprised by how quietly and effectively it helps the body recover, especially for those over the age of 60. Cottage cheese is known for its high protein content, particularly a slow-digesting protein called casein, in about half a cup, or around 100 to 150 grams of low-fat cottage cheese. You can get approximately 14 grams of complete protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids. This makes it an ideal source of nutrition for muscle recovery, especially at night when the body naturally enters a healing and rebuilding phase. Unlike fast-digesting proteins, casein is absorbed slowly, releasing nutrients over several hours after eating. This means that if you eat a small portion of cottage cheese in the evening, your body will receive steady nourishment throughout the night while you sleep. For older adults, whose ability to process protein has declined, providing a slow and continuous supply of protein during sleep acts as a quiet therapy that helps maintain muscle strength, reduce muscle loss, and prevent the feeling of weakness upon waking. Beyond protein, cottage cheese is also rich in calcium and phosphorus, 2 essential minerals that support strong bones and flexible joints. After the age of 60, bone density begins to decrease, especially in postmenopausal women, increasing the risk of osteoporosis, back pain, knee pain, or fractures from falls. Getting enough calcium and phosphorus from natural foods helps strengthen bones daily without having to rely solely on supplements. One special benefit of cottage cheese is that it contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin. These 2 natural compounds play a vital role in regulating mood and sleep. For older adults who struggle with insomnia or light sleep, a small portion of cottage cheese before bedtime may help promote a restful night and restore energy more effectively. There are many flexible ways to enjoy cottage cheese. Eat it with fruits such as bananas, strawberries, or kiwi. Mix in some chia seeds to increase omega-3 intake. Combine it with unsweetened yogurt for a light evening meal, or simply enjoy a small serving on its own before bed. The recommended amount for older adults is 100 to 150 grams in the evening, about 1 hour before bedtime. If you are monitoring sodium intake, choose low-sodium cottage cheese, or rinse it briefly with warm water to reduce the salt content for those who are lactose intolerant. There are now many lactose-free cottage cheese options on the market that retain the same nutritional benefits. One thing to keep in mind is that cottage cheese is not the same as regular hard cheeses. It is not salty, overly rich, or hard to digest. On the contrary, it is soft, light on the stomach, and easy to pair with many healthy foods. For older adults, this is a very suitable way to add protein to the diet without putting stress on the digestive system, especially in the evening when the body needs calm and relaxation. Just imagine while you are sleeping peacefully, your body continues to be nourished, each muscle fiber is being rebuilt, and every joint is resting and recovering. And it all begins with 1 small bowl of cottage cheese before bed. You may never have thought that such a simple food could offer so many benefits, but sometimes it is the simplest things that quietly support our health in the most lasting way. After the age of 60, the body is like a garden that has gone through many seasons of sunshine and rain. Every ache, every heavy step, or those unexpected nighttime cramps are not signs of decline, but gentle reminders that say, you need a little more care. The good news is that we do not need to make drastic changes, nor do we need complicated or expensive solutions. Sometimes, simply adding a bowl of oats in the morning, a light portion of salmon at lunch, or a little cottage cheese in the evening is already laying small bricks to rebuild a strong foundation for your health. Let us take a moment to recall what we have explored together. Beetroot helps blood circulate through every muscle fiber, reducing numbness and cramps. Tomatoes support collagen production, protect joints, and reduce inflammation. Walnuts nourish muscles with natural omega-3 and magnesium salmon, a complete source of protein that repairs muscle and soothes joints. Turmeric, the quiet warrior that fights inflammation and heals muscle damage. Cottage cheese, a gentle food that feeds your muscles while you sleep. All these foods have something in common. They are easy to find, easy to use, and very safe for older adults. Each dish is not only a source of nutrients, but also a loving message to your body. that you are listening, you are caring, and you still want to live actively, steadily, and freely. You do not need to start with everything at once. Choose one item that you like most, that feels easiest to try, and begin there. It could be a glass of beetroot juice in the morning, a teaspoon of turmeric with warm milk, or simply a few walnuts enjoyed in the afternoon. These small actions, when repeated consistently, will lead to great improvements in your long-term health. If you found today's sharing helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future videos. This is a space where I always put my heart into walking with you through each stage of aging, gently, naturally, and with love. Are you already using any of these foods, or do you have a helpful tip to ease cramps or support recovery? Please share it with me in the comments below. I am always listening and would love to learn more about your health journey. Wishing you strength, peace, and steadiness in every step you take. See you again in the upcoming videos.